At ease, Grunts, admin SweetBananaGaming here with more of my Pokemon Y Wonderlocke, and this is the finale. Yes, we're going in to take on the Elite Four, and whether we are victorious or not, this is the final episode. Now, as you can probably already tell from the layout, I did choose which member to add to my team, so say hello to my Glaceon. Yes, Caro, as I am going to call him because that is the original trainer name, was the Eevee that I had before, and you guys voted. Well, I didn't go straight up from a vote. I did end up looking at some of the comments. There wasn't a whole lot of discussion in the comments, a couple of suggestions. One of them was Eevee, so I did choose Eevee. But I created a straw poll, which I uploaded to Twitter, or I linked on Twitter, and I put on my Facebook page. But a lot of the discussion happened on my personal Facebook page because I shared the same straw poll. And there was a whole lot of discussion, a whole lot of good discussion as a matter of fact. And we determined that Glaceon would win out as my main choice for taking on Diantha's Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir with Shadow Ball. And also a decent special defense stat, which I did buy some vitamins and give her to boost his special defense. Now, number two, like second place in this discussion, who I actually did raise up a little bit, would be the Duskull I had, who is now a Dusclops. I even in my searching around, I needed the TM for I think I needed the TM for Shadow Ball, and in searching for that, I also found the Reaper Cloth. So, Thibod, I don't know, it sounds like a male name for a female Pokemon anyway, but so this Dusclops was my second choice. Could have been pretty useful, and also access, I believe, to Fire Punch? I forget, I wrote down my notes. He could have gotten a fire type move through move tutoring or something, but the main weakness for him was that even though he's kind of bulky, and also an increased special defense stat, I would have to deal with taking a Shadow Ball from a Mega Gardevoir. So, even as a Dusknoir, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure about that. And with Glaceon, I mean, I already have coverage for dragons, of course, with my Ace the Slurpuff here. But Glaceon kind of gives me that extra coverage. I had recommended to me, Glaceon does pretty well against Diantha's team. It's also a good option for Gourgeist. And like I said, I can use Shadow Ball on Gardevoir while not having to take a super effective Shadow Ball or super effective anything back. And I have a decent special defense stat to back that up. Just to compare, it is the highest special defense stat on my team by quite a bit. So let me but the only other thing I want to do is check everybody's items and everybody's attack, like everybody's moves before I head on here. So we have Ace. Everybody's at level 67, so not quite pushing that level limit yet. We're just one level below for everybody. Ace has Dazzling Gleam, Flamethrower, Energy Ball, Psychic. Same moveset he's had this whole time. It's served pretty well. With the Deep Sea Tooth to increase my special attack power a little bit. Already got 199 special attack, so it's pretty good. Modest nature, of course. Anyway, we have our Ampharos here, Sabat. We're not gonna rock the Mega Ampharos because the only battle I can use him in is against Diantha, and she's got a fairy, and some dragons. So he's not gonna be much use in his Mega form in spite of the increased stats. But we got Power Gem, Dragon Pulse, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt. I think the same moveset we've had for a little while. It's it pretty much answers all our needs coverage-wise, so we're gonna stick with it. And we have Haruto, the Omastar, Ancient Power, Protect, Mudshot, Surf. I could see if I could teach him something else, but I think we're doing all right here with this moveset. I'm not gonna use him for a whole lot. I probably won't even use him against Malva except as a backup because her Pokemon, one of her Pokemon, she leads with the Pyroar that has, I think, Wild Charge, and then another Pokemon has Earthquake or something. So he's not going to be my primary Pokemon, my primary go-to Pokemon against Malva. I'll get to that in a bit. Got the Deep Sea Scale to increase special defense, just because could use a little boost there. We're good. We're pretty physically defensive. We got decent special attack. We'll boost that special defense. Nahum, we have Nahum with the Black Belt to increase his fighting type attacks. I still have Rock Smash on him, actually, and Strength. I'm gonna replace... I probably don't need to replace Strength. I'll replace Rock Smash with something real quick. Poison Jab and Brick Break. Poison Jab, just in case we get in a tight spot against a fairy. Let me tell you, I did not think Nahum was gonna last this long. Not that I thought he would die, but I thought, like, maybe I would replace him with what I would think would be a more powerful Pokemon. But you know what? Look at that attack stat. He is a bruiser. With Inner Focus, not quite as good as Sturdy, but hey, we can't get flinched. Nahum, lasting us this long. Load of Croc, the only one on our team right now who has a genuine nickname. The Crocodile with Moxie, with the Earth Plate. It was between the Earth Plate and the Black Glasses, but Earth Plate boosted Earthquake is pretty good. Earth Plate boosted Stab Earthquake with Moxie. So yeah, I'm gonna lead with her against Malva. I think we can pretty much sweep the team because, again, she leads with Pyro with Wild Charge. We can just go in and Earthquake, Moxie, Earthquake all the things, except for Talonflame, which we can Rock Tomb, which after even one Moxie boost, I think won't be a problem. So yeah, Load of Croc, gonna be doing some heavy lifting. And like I said, we have Karo the Glaceon with the Icicle Plate. I wanted to give him the Expert Belt, but I realized I do not have it. I could go and try to find it, but I think we'll do good with the Icicle Plate. Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Barrier, Ice Shard. I could replace Barrier with something. Barrier could come in handy, though. You never know. We actually got higher defense than special defense. Is that because of your nature? I think your nature... Yeah, your nature boosts your physical defense. So I don't know. Well, as I look for a new move to teach Nahum, I'm gonna pay attention to if there's anything useful to teach Karo. I'm pronouncing it like that because of my Italian. It's Italian for like something very precious. It's also Spanish for something expensive. Alright, let's see. I could teach Nahum Dig. That might be a good choice, but let me see what else we have. Low Sweep, but I mean, we're good on fighting attacks. Shadow Claw on... nah. I don't need Shadow Claw, I don't think. Flash, Thunder Wave, Gyro Ball, not really useful. Grass Knot, Rock Smash. Grass Knot? Would I get into a position where I need Grass Knot? I mean, I have Energy Ball. Grass Knot's special, though. Nahum would not be the best choice for that. Power Punch, Cut Fly, blah blah, Thunderbolt, Toxic, Torment, Dazzling Gleam, Fling, Calm Mind, Taunt, Brick Break, Ice Beam, Dragon Claw. No, I've got Outrage on Load of Croc. That's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we're gonna go for Dig on Nahum. It's a pretty good choice, I think. We could go for Dig on Karo, too, just for an extra coverage move. I might consider that. Just because I think it might be more useful than Barrier. Like I said, Barrier could be useful. I could set up... But, I don't know, that gets iffy, because I could get hit with a critical hit or something. Let me just see what else we've got here. Attract. Anything else that I can learn out of my TMs? Rock Smash, nope. Confide, nah. Strength, nah. Thunderbolt, no. Toxic. Toxic, maybe not. I don't really feel like playing the long game here. I just want to kind of go and overpower all the Pokemon. I think that's going to be our best bet. So yeah, it looks like Dig. I mean, it is physical, and we're not a good physical attacker, but I'm trying to think what I could come up against. Dig is strong against poison, and fire. You know what, even though it's physical, it could be good fire-type coverage. I think a Shadow Ball would be better. But I feel like Barrier... If it were Reflect, maybe, but I don't think Barrier is gonna do as much good, so let's go with that. Other than that, I think everybody's moveset is alright. So, what we're gonna do is, I mean, you can take on the Elite Four in any order you want. I think I am gonna start with Malva, so we're gonna lead with Load of Croc. And I do have my hat at the ready, but the time has not come yet. We must actually begin to engage in battle. Alright, oh, and items, healing items. Again, I can only use 3 per Pokemon per battle, but I have plenty of Hyper Potions, plenty of full restores, and plenty of full heals, so I don't think we'll have to worry about any of that. We'll have to worry about running out of supplies. Alright, let's get on with this. because this could end up being this episode could end up being longer or shorter. It depends, but if we win, we are gonna have to sit through the end credits, so there is that. All right, okay, we're not gonna bother talking to people here. We're just gonna go this way. Through this long tunnel, all this pomp and circumstance. I think Malva meets with us in the beginning though, right? Yeah, there she is. That Team Flare holocaster broadcaster person. You're the illustrious Sweet, are you? Welcome at last to the Pokémon League. I am one of the Elite Four. People know me as the Fire-type Pokémon user Malva. Here in the Pokémon League, you'll encounter the four of us, the Elite Four, and our champion. If you hope to meet the champion and challenge her here, you must defeat the four of us. Do your best, because if you can't impress us with your real strength, you'll never get to battle her. But it should be a walk in the park for you, right? The heroine who destroyed Big Bad Team Flare. Girl's got an attitude on her. Alright, so she was off this way. Oh wait, no, these were the entrance doors. Burp. Okay, yeah, that's got the red sign. It's kind of hard to tell, but Blazing Chamber. One thing I will say about this Elite Four, it's kind of weird, but these animations and stuff going into each of the chambers and revealing the Elite Four members, they're pretty cool. That's why it makes such an awesome stage in Super Smash Bros. Dang. Well, alright, here we go. Gonna take on the first Elite Four member, Team Flare member, ex-Team Flare, whatever, Malva. Welcome, challenger, to my Blazing Chamber. I am Malva, and I shall be your opponent today. Alright, it's on. One more time, for old time's sake, wearing that hat. Elite Four Malva. Sends out Pyroar, as we know. We've got Load of Croc out here. We're just gonna go ahead and get an Earthquake off. We are at a little bit of a level advantage, but it's not that big of a level advantage, so I mean... Or we'll just take it out, but I mean, Load of Croc is just awesome, so... Alright, who's next? Talonflame. As expected, we're gonna go on with a Rock Tomb. Like I said, I think even one Moxie boosted Rock Tomb should be good enough. It is level 65. The trainer's aces are 65, and that Brave Bird is probably gonna hurt. Okay, not as much as I thought. It takes more than 2 hits. But yeah, with the recoil damage, plus 4 times super effective, plus Moxie, I knew there was pretty much no chance that that wouldn't take it out. Alright. Got Torkoal. No, I don't want to switch because we got 2 Moxie boosts, so even with your high defense, I think we can take you on. Easy peasy. And another Moxie boost. Growing to level 68. And Chandelure. Well, we could foul play that thing. Cause it doesn't have Levitate. Actually, foul play we might get burned. But I want to save some Earthquakes. So let's foul play, because even if we get burned, the battle will be over. Because we had... Oh man! After 3 Moxie... I guess because Chandelure's physical attack is not that high. What I haven't understood about foul play is that foul play says it's a base... Foul play says it's a base 95 move, and it just says increases power the higher the target Pokemon's attack stat is, but I wonder if it's also if the Pokemon's attack stat is really low, if that lowers the power. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Okay. New plan. We're gonna switch over into Haruto. I should have gone for Earthquake. I should have gone for Earthquake. I wanted to save some PP, but at this point it didn't matter. I had 2 Moxie boosts, and Foul Play was that weak. Alright, so... Can we take a Shadow Ball from this thing? I'm gonna have to hope so. We just barely did. Okay, so forget what I said about feeling a little overleveled. We could have a challenge on our hands, depending. This could be a challenge. At least it'll keep things interesting. Fantastic. Utterly fantastic. I'll report to all the world the news of you and your Pokémon dominating the Pokémon League. I am a Holocaster star after all. I'm such a busy woman. Probably a little bit less busy now that Team Flare is no more. Although there is, what, a theory that Malva was put in charge of Team Flare? Like, Team Flare still exists or whatever, and Malva's in charge of it now? I don't know. Is a Moo Moo Milk gonna be enough? Nope, we're well past that point. Let's go for some Hyper Potions. Alright. So who do we want to take on next? You know, we have... I just realized we have, the next one for Wickstrom, we have that Klefki to worry about. I can't just send out Load of Croc because of, Fairy type. It has, like, Dazzling Gleam or something. And I can't just send out, Ace. Ace has Flamethrower. I can't just send out Ace because it has Flash Cannon, Steel type. I think my best choice here would be to go for, what's your name? Sabat. And just go for a Flamethrower. Just do our best with that. So I'm trying to think, what else has... I mean, I have Mud Shot on... on Haruto. It's not that powerful of an attack, though. And, let me check, is this the steel one? Ironworks Chamber, yep. I mean, we could go for Haruto, but I don't know. Come to think of it, though, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have a pretty big problem here. I still don't have my fire type coverage for this. For, Scizor. Maybe I need to save Sabat for that Scizor. And use Haruto. Right, I could use Nahum against Probopass. Let's lead Haruto. Hopefully. Well, who has better special defense? I'm like 90% sure Sabat has, yeah, a decent bit better special defense, even with a lowering nature. Let's see. Alright, Mudshot, super effective, is gonna have 110 power. It's not stab. With 181 special attack. Thunderbolt is gonna, 207 special attack is 90 stab, so 135. So yeah, actually, we are better off to go with Sabat. The only thing is I hope he'll still be okay for Scizor. I guess we could use... I guess we have Haruto for backup against Scizor as well. Alright, we're gonna try it. This will probably be the most difficult of the Elite Four members, to be honest. Because, I kind of neglected some of my preparation for him. Well met, young challenger! Verily, I am the Elite Four's famed blade of hardened steel, Wickstrom. With my magnificent Pokémon at my side, I will reveal the scope of trainer achievement. Let us both give our word that our contest shall be fair and honorable. Ready? En garde! Alrighty, right then. Elite Four Wickstrom! Alright, starting with that Klefki. Again, we kind of calculated that this is our best bet here. Because I don't want to have to take a Flash Cannon. I mean, we could probably outspeed that Klefki, but I don't want to have to take a Flash Cannon from it. Yeah, it's gonna go for Prankster Torment. Which shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, can we one-shot? Not quite. Alright, we have to choose another attack. Dragon Pulse is probably the best bet. I think it's the highest. Ooh, they're going for the full restore. Well, we'll Dragon Pulse and then we'll Thunderbolt again, so that won't be too bad. Did we... Oh, it's fairy type. Yes! You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. I chose Dragon Pulse against a Klefki. I don't think it's gonna matter though, because it would have gotten spikes off anyway because of Prankster. And there's nothing else it can do with Prankster this turn. It's gonna full restore again. But yeah, the only other thing it can do before I knock it out is, ooh, that Signal Beam. Oh, we did confuse it though. That Signal Beam wasn't gonna be enough to knock it out anyway. Can we like get a crit Thunderbolt or something, or just end the Torment? Okay, we feinted it. I guess we got a higher roll that time. Okay, I mean, in spite of the stupidity of me choosing Dragon Pulse, it didn't turn out any different, because he would have gotten the spikes off anyway, like I said. We just would have ended it a couple turns sooner, but at least I think we got him to use both of his full restores. So against Probopass... Right, we want to use Nahum against Probopass. Because it does have Earth power? And we don't want to send out Haruto against that. Oh yeah, spikes. That is going to be a problem. Like I said, though, again, we had to deal with it anyway. Gonna go Brick Break. It's got Sturdy. We've just got to survive one Flash Cannon, then Nahum can pretty much be done for the battle. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could do a little bit against Scizor because it resists, I think, all of the attacks that it can do. But we've been weakened a little bit. Oh, we've got Aegislash coming out next. Load of Croc is pretty much the only choice for that. It's got King Shield, so even though Foul Play would technically be better because I think Aegislash is pretty good attack, we're gonna go for Earthquake just so we don't trigger the stat lowering effects of King Shield. Of course, now that it used King Shield, maybe we're better with Foul Play. Let me think. Although, in its current stance, I don't know if we're faster than it or not. In its current stance, I think we just gotta Earthquake it. It's gonna do better. It does have Sacred Sword, so, oh great. We might lose Load of Croc here. We didn't, though. Okay, good. We're gonna go... He's gonna go for full restore. No, we used both his full restore, so he'll probably go for King Shield. So I could heal here. But in the event that he doesn't go for King Shield, I should go Foul Play, because I could KO it. But he probably will go for King Shield. Or he'll go for nothing. You could have King Shielded. I mean, I guess it would have only saved you a turn. But, alright. We've got a Moxie boost. But I'm not going to stay in against a Scizor because it does have X-Scissor. So we're going to go back into Sabat. I think we pretty much figured out that's our safest bet. We don't have anything super effective against it, but we at least don't take super effective damage from anything. We do have to deal with that spikes. Gotta keep that in mind. Gonna go for Thunderbolt. Okay, not bad. We can take an X-Scissor. That was a crit, but we still took it. It's now paralyzed. We're just gonna go for a Thunderbolt. I'm not gonna take any chances, because well, I mean, I guess Power Gem would have been neutral effective. But based on how slow its HP went down, I didn't want to take any chances. Alright, defeated Elite Four Vikstrom! Alright. So actually, I have to think who I want to use against Drasna, who I want to lead with. She leads with her Dragalge. Actually, no, I think Sabat is a good lead, because we have Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse would be the best choice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, but yeah, that would be the best choice. I can use Moo Milk on Nahum. Okay, we're doing pretty well so far. Yeah, definitely. Because once I get past that, I pretty much just have to send out Ace and we should be all good. because I was gonna send Lord of Croc out, but it has Surf. So we'll be better off with the, yeah. Oh wait, which one? Oh, I thought that was a heartbeat for a second, but it's just my footsteps. Okay, Dragon Mark Chamber. What a Dragon Mark is. It's like, did it scratch onto the surface of the wall or something? I don't know. Oh, I don't remember the little smoky room before. Alright. Are we ready? I think we are. Oh goodness! Hello to you! Welcome! Welcome! Come in! You must be a strong trainer. Yes, quite strong indeed. That's just wonderful news. Facing opponents like you and your team will make my Pokémon grow like weeds. Okay. She's definitely the most chipper dragon trainer I think we've seen in a Pokemon game. She seems like a fun person who uses all herbal medicine and pesticide-free, gluten-free vegetarian meal. I don't know, she likes dragons, so maybe she can appreciate a good carnivorous meal. Let's go Dragon Pulse, see what happens. Dragalge is a special defense wall. But, that is in 2-hit KO range, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, easy peasy. So actually, I think against... Let's see who she tries to send out next. Altaria, I think actually we're gonna go for Karo. See if we can get a level off for him. Probably not yet. But since Altaria is 4 times weak to ice, I think that is actually a better matchup than Ace. Yep. Easy stuff. Okay, Noivern next. I'm going for Ace. That thing has Flamethrower. Alright, here we go, Ace. Alright, Ace, come on. You're the team leader. Go ahead and knock out this thing with the Dazzling Gleam. It's going for the air slash flinch. We do take that pretty well, and we do not flinch, so that's good. Alright, that was once again easy. So I think we're gonna stay in against Truddigan. And go for another Dazzling Gleam. Alrighty. And that was a crit, I believe, to add insult to injury. Yeah, dragons were again the easiest ones to take on, as I suspected. Oh dear me, that sure was a quick battle. Yeah, it was. It really was. You are not lying there. Oh, you're too much. You and your Pokemon are simply charming. Okay. Alright, time to regroup a little bit. I'm going to, in the next one, I'm going to lead with Ace, actually. We have water types left, but I want to save Sabat's HP a little bit, just in case, because he's pretty much the only thing we have for Gyarados, and Gyarados, of course, has Earthquake, as any good Gyarados should. And in the event that it outspeeds us for any reason, I want to make sure we're at full HP to take one of those. Oh, you're going already? Farewell then. With your Pokemon, I'm sure you can beat the Last of Us. Okay. Yeah, I've never played that game before, but if I had Pokemon on my side, I'm sure I could beat a team of zombies. Ah, jokes. Anyway, let's go and take on the Flood Chamber. This one's got a really cool animation. Yep, we're leading with Ace, because we're gonna go Energy Ball. All up on that Crawdont. Claw it, sir! You know, some crustacean Pokemon. Alright. Open the floodgates. Quite literally floods. Based on the looks of that, it totally looks like it's gonna drown us, but this is pretty neat, I must say. Be really inconvenient to battle on, though. Alright. Last Elite Four member, Seabold. No, I simply can't say. You there, young lady. I have a question I must pose to you. Do you think Pokemon battling can ever be worthy of being called an art? I mean, everything's art nowadays, so sure. Indeed. You see, cooking is the type of art that disappears as soon as it is completed. Pokemon battles are the same. Even memories of sweet victories soon fade after the battle ends. To devote yourself entirely to such a life, made up of fleeting experiences, that is truly artful. Alright, here we go. I must say, the Elite Four members in this game, their teams of Pokemon are fairly anticlimactic, but their personalities and their characters are pretty interesting. Like, I would say more interesting than most of the gym leaders. It's a shame that they don't have a way of incorporating them into the story ahead of time where we can learn a little bit more about their backstories and interact with them a little bit. Like, Seabold's pretty cool. He's into cooking and not just Pokemon battling. He's, like, very contemplative of, like, art, similar to Wallace, but he's, like, on the cooking side of it. Alright, let's Energy Ball this thing. And Drasna's interesting. She seems like you would meet her in, like, a village that uses Dragon-type Pokemon. Like an Opelousas City type of place. Okay, a little bit on the scary side. We're gonna trigger that full restore. I think Energy Ball is still more powerful than Stab, Dazzling Gleam. Because I think they have the same base power. But Super Effective is more powerful than Stab. We're gonna trigger another full restore. That's alright. I mean, we hear a little bit of Malva's story, I guess, but sort of hints at it. You just see her on the Holocaster one time, really. And she's sort of the one that greets you in the Elite Four. So she's kind of well incorporated, but the other three are they're kind of interesting. I mean, Vikstrom is a knight, but I mean, that's weird, right? Because you don't just see knights walking around in the present day, so we'll learn more about why he's a knight. I don't know. There should be, like, I don't know, does the XY manga cover more backstory of the Elite Four? Because that would be interesting. I'd like to hear more about the Elite Four, is what I'm trying to say here. Alright, let's Thunderbolt this thing and hope we one-shot it. We do outspeed. Yeah, I don't think it had a chance. We got a crit for good measure, though. Sabat doesn't want to take any chances here. Alright, who do we have next? Barbaracle. I want to say we should Energy Ball this thing. But we're at only half HP. Yeah, that makes me feel less good about it. We're gonna stay in and Thunderbolt it instead. Man, Barbaracle, one of the oddest Pokemon. I mean, his face is literally a hand. A clawed hand. Okay, Starmie. In this case, I want to... Well, let me see if Karo can level up potentially from this battle. Potentially can. Maybe not. But I want Karo to get that level before we have to fight that Gardevoir. So let's go for a Shadow Ball. I don't think we have too much to worry about from Starmie. So it is gonna Light Screen. It would have done that anyway. It probably, because it definitely would have outsped Sabat. Yeah, so now, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be a 3-shot. Okay, let's see how much Surf does. Alright, we took that pretty well. We got, like I said, we invested a little bit in special defense. And we could Ice Shard, but that's not gonna do enough at all. So, another Shadow Ball it is. That... I looked down for a second. That had to have been a crit, because that did a lot more than the time before. But we are just shy of getting the level up. It's okay, though, because we'll probably, we'll level up Karo against Gourgeist, I guess. Yeah, that should do. Alright, blah blah blah, da-da-da-da-da, draw strength from it. As much as I was saying this guy was so interesting, and then I skip all of his dialogue. Okay, let's go Hyper Potion. I guess we could have done a Moo Moo Milk for you, but that's alright. Alright, so I want to lead with... I think I want to lead with Sabat. She leads with Hawlucha, we're gonna lead with Sabat. Sabat has been, I think along with Ace, well Ace has been here longer, but Sabat I think has been the next longest member of our team. So he deserves some honors here. Alright, the champion's door is opening. And we're gonna go on through. Oh, that's interesting. So this part that we walked around is the room that leads to the champion's place. I never thought about that before. There's still sunlight filtering into that stained glass, though. Even though there's a whole room here. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick apart the architecture here. It is quite cool looking. That does look like a cross, like almost like a Christian cross. That's interesting. I mean, it's probably designed off of some cathedral of some sort from France, so I mean, it makes perfect sense. And all the stained glass stuff. Alright. Like I said, enough analysis here. We're here to defeat the champion. Welcome at last, dear trainer. As you must know, I am the champion, Diantha. Shocker. You are the child I spoke to in Lumio City and Coumarine City, aren't you? Then that means that you are also the one that dear Augustine said. Of course, how could I? Oh, I must look like such a fool not to recognize you sooner. You and your Pokémon are the ones who stopped Team Flare for us all. Yeah, what were you doing, Champion Diantha? Nothing. That's what you were doing. Nothing. I mean, at least in Black and White, the Elite Four, or the gym leaders step up and try to help you fight Team Plasma. What are you doing? Nothing. I do like how her mega necklace thing, the little charm, almost looks like a swan or something. It's very elegant. Which is what Diantha is all about. I do like her team. I mean, maybe it's not a very well-rounded team, but I kind of like that it's all, other than Mega Gardevoir, it's all Kalos Pokemon, and it's some of my favorite Kalos Pokemon. So I do like her team a lot, even if it's not the best. It's gonna set up, Hawlucha's gonna set up a Swords Dance, which is rather scary. But maybe we can one-shot it. Yeah, Hawlucha is not that bulky, so there. Alright, right into Tyrantrum. Best choice by far is Ace. We could use, you know, Karo, but gotta worry about rock attacks from this thing. Alright, let's go for the Dazzling Gleam. Watch this Hot Fudge Sundae beat up this Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, easily. I get that fairies had to balance out the dragon types in this game, but it's kind of disappointing. There's something anticlimactic about these big bad dragons being taken down so easily by fairies. But hey, game balance is game balance after all. A good dragon type is still nice to have. Hitoichi. Alright, let's Brick Break this thing. Should be easy. It doesn't have sturdy or anything. Aurorus, man, on design alone, Aurorus is easily one of my favorite Kalos Pokemon. Amora and Aurorus. Easily some of my favorite Kalos Pokemon. But they have so many weaknesses, it's a shame. And speaking of favorite Kalos Pokemon, Hitoichi, no! Okay. Definitely gotta send out Ace for this one. It is a special defense tank, but Ace is pretty much the only one, because this thing has coverage for ice types. It doesn't have coverage for fairies. It seems odd that Goodra couldn't have become a dragon poison type, sort of the way that Dragalge is. Because Goodra kind of makes you think of, like, gooey, slimy poison. I know it's based off of a particular type of, I guess, slug. Or slugs and snails. But I don't know, poison goo, I could see it working. And it would really help Goodra out, like, give it some coverage against fairies, because I don't know that it can learn any poison attacks. Maybe it can learn Poison Jab, but since it's more of a special attacker, not so useful, I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got Gourgeist, which means Karo will be doing the next 2 battles to finish us off here. Hopefully we just can take this thing. in one shot, because that'll be the easiest thing that we do. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna tell you why this is bad. I don't know how Gourgeist got so fast. We must just not be that fast, but we're decently fast. Did not expect Gourgeist to outspeed, but another one of my favorite Kalos Pokemon, by the way, is Gourgeist. So this is bad because now we have weakness to Shadow Ball. My question is, do I want to switch out? But if I switch back in, I'm going to have to take a hit from something anyway, and I might have to take a hit from a stab something, which will be almost as bad as a super effective hit. You know what, Cairo? This is what I got you for. I believe in you. You can do this. You traced Snow Cloak. Good for you. You're gonna get Pixelate anyway. Alright, let's do it. The only thing is I don't think we're gonna outspeed it if we couldn't even outspeed a Gourgeist. Yep, went for Shadow Ball. Alright, Kato. Yeah, so see, we ended up having this problem anyway. Even though I did not go for the Ghost type. Oh, man. I think she's gonna full restore. I gotta risk it. I gotta see what happens. Yep, she's gonna go full restore. Alright, well, I'm in a pickle now. That is for sure. That could have taken it out. I'm in a pickle. It's definitely gonna go for Shadow Ball. Sabat has the most special defense. Other than Karo. I mean, Load of Croc can tank a Shadow Ball, but then I can't stay in on him. Alright, I'm gonna try for something here. Let's see how much the Shadow Ball does to us. We might have to finish it off. That Trick or Treat. I should have used someone else against that I thought we would outspeed a Gourgeist for sure, though. Alright. Alright, Sabat. Based on that Shadow Ball, you should even be able to take Stab, Moonblast, or Psychic. So I believe in you. Just barely. Just barely. Alright, we're gonna heal. I probably triggered your full restore as well. I don't need to full restore you, though I need to Hyper Potion. Which, if you are gonna full restore, I could have, I guess, full restored, Karo. And then potentially switch back in. Nope, you're gonna go Moonblast. I did not get you low enough. I just barely can't take 2 of those. I've already used 1. I have to try for 1 more. Just to see if it just barely is... Just to see if it's a low roll. Even then, I still have to take another one. And get the special defense drop. Do I sacrifice... I'm gonna use my one more healing item. And then, if it still is a high roll, I have to sacrifice Sabat so that Karo can take it out. That was a lower roll, but not low enough. I need to sacrifice Sabat. There's no other way. I used all my healing items for Sabat. I had to do it. I'm sorry, Sabat. The awkward thing is that Sabat's gonna get healed and he's gonna lead for the battle with 8 AZ. Let's see how much this Moonblast does, though. Oh yeah, I couldn't have... Yeah, I couldn't have switched in on that. So I had to do what I had to do. Alright. Well, we did it. I don't feel so good about it, though. But, I mean, because of that trick-or-treat, there was nothing else we could have done. I'm so choked up that it's hard to know what I should say, but I'm just so glad at this moment that I was good enough to be the champion. After all, it gave me the chance to meet and battle with you and your wonderful Pokémon. Yeah, and kill my Pokémon. Ugh. Let's skip this. Because I'm on a tight schedule. And I'm not feeling so good. It was a premeditated thing I had to do, though. I had to do it. That's it. It's saved. It's done. Here we are. I'm so glad to welcome you in. This grand chamber is where you enter the Kalos region's Hall of Fame. This is where Pokemon trainers will live on forever, remembered always for giving their all in battle to their Pokemon League, and for the glory and light they shared with all. But yeah, realistically, because of that trick-or-treat, the only thing I could have done different was send someone else out against Gourgeist. I absolutely could have done that. But other than that, there was not much else I could have done. Like, not... I knew it had trick-or-treat, and I knew that would be a problem, but I thought for sure I would outspeed it. That was the problem. And I had to save... I had to get a clean switch onto someone. That was going to be the only way I was going to get it, that I was going to be able to take it out. And I had to use that turn to heal Karo. But Sabat, your sacrifice was not in vain. It was on the last Pokemon of the last battle. I know that you were a long-time member and you had to sacrifice it so the new guy could get the last hit. But it was really a really important sacrifice, so I thank you for that, Sabat. Let's end in front of Sabat here. End with me looking at Sabat. At least she'll be immortalized. But yeah, unfortunately we do have to do this AZ battle. And we are going to end up leading with Sabat. But since this is post-game stuff and it doesn't count, I guess it's alright. It's all, like, in the spirit of post-game. I mean, you know, AZ is this guy who got eternal life. Maybe I could say that Sabat was blessed with eternal life, too. Maybe. What an amazing turnout! All of these people are here to celebrate your achievements. I'd like to present you with the honor of Kalos for bravery you showed defeating Team Flare. I'm so proud of you all. On behalf of the entire Kalos region, I'd like to say... Thank you. Merci. Well, you're welcome. Oh look, my character's smiling. Big ol' smile. Alright, there he is. Oh, my hair is having a fun time thanks to that hat. Battle with me. I like how he knows that, or how I know he's talking to me. I guess who else would he talk to? He didn't know the other guys. He's so tall. I want to know what a trainer is. Alright. I just realized he's got like some mechanical thing going on his knee. Alright, challenged by Pokemon Trainer AZ. Sent out Torkoal. Okay, so Sabat is technically dead. I guess, to be fair, I'll switch out from him. But yeah, you know, the cool thing is that AZ has like all Pokemon that are either can live to be really old or are from ancient times or have connections to ancient times. So he has a pretty, his team seems kind of random at first glance, but it actually makes a whole lot of sense. We did not get to use Haruto hardly at all. Did we even use Haruto at all? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Don't remember now. Alright, Sigilif. Let's go ahead and switch to Load Croc. We're gonna go foul play that thing. Okay, so looking at the time, I am gonna have to go pretty soon, so I probably won't have time to sit through the entire end credits. So I'm gonna start talking now, because I think this battle is not gonna be too big of a problem, I don't think. So as far as, I want to thank you guys. If you guys stayed, if you guys have watched this entire series, or even a good amount of it, and stayed around for more than a year paying attention to my series, I cannot thank you enough. I know this series has gone on really long. Like I've said before, I've had a lot of things of, I've been here a while, I've been for a while trying to manage my own channel, and not to mention my real world schedule, as I call it, like where I have my actual money-making job and my hobbies and stuff that take up a lot of time. So it's been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been difficult for me to keep up a schedule, but I want to thank you guys so much for all of you guys who stuck around. And I guess I'll let this play out, and then I'll finish what I was gonna say, because I want to talk about what I want to do next. But first, thank you very much for battling with me. Now I finally feel free. Free from the part of me mired in sorrow, the part of me that built the ultimate weapon. It's gonna get feelsy up in here. Who's that Pokemon? Aw, it's Daisy's Floette. Floette. It's been 3,000 years. His Pokémon was waiting all this time. Waiting for him to return to the man he was. The man who loved Pokémon with all his heart. I mean, he was kind of depressed. I mean, Floette could have come back sooner and probably could have felt better about himself sooner. But, you know, we had to somehow be the linchpin in getting this all to happen, so that's why he waited just for our time. Alright, anyway, guys, I want to thank you once again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As far as what I do next, there's a couple of options. I mean, one thing I've been wanting to do since I started this series was move on to a thing of a more edited style of, not a Let's Play series, but a series where I discuss different Pokemon moves. Like, there have been certain Pokemon moves where I'm like, oh, I wonder how that move got that name, or why that move has the effect it does. And I wanted to do a series on that, where I kind of pick them apart, do some research, and maybe explain it a little bit. That's number one. Now, the only thing is I have to prepare some formatting for that, so I might not be able to start that right away. There might be a dead space as far as videos for me on this channel until I get that all figured out. But the other option is I wanted to do another Let's Play of some kind. Like, my main thoughts are either a randomizer of some kind or a ROM hack of some kind. So I want you guys to leave your comments, let me know what you think. I might go on a brief hiatus from the channel just for a couple extra weeks, like a week or two more than usual until I get it figured out. But that's my options. I wanna start to come up with that. I wanna call it Sweet Moves, of course, this little series that I wanna do. Because everything I do has to have sweet in it. I want to do my Sweet Moves videos, but while I'm getting those ready, I want to have another option to do a Let's Play. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments a randomizer and tell me which one. I'm kind of partial to Heart Gold, Soul Silver just because of the Pokemon following you, but anyone just suggest to me, or a ROM hack / fan-made Pokemon game, and recommend one to me. Those are your two main options. And I can't stick around, I do have to get going, so unfortunately I cannot let the entire end credits thing play out. So I will have to close off this episode right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. Like I said, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see next from me. Thank you for holding out for this more than a year on this series. Subscribe to Team Eclipse if you haven't already. Check out my channel, SweetBananaGaming. Yeah. Links to my social media are in the description. that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I can't thank you enough. And I will see you in the next video.